Why, hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And if not, I hope this makes your day a little bit better. Now, I know it's going to be crazy today because I don't know how well my voice is going to do. I am testing it out, but I know we're almost done with Novena Diabolos. So I decided that I would try to play through it as best I can. Now, remember, we left off where we were going to go and pick who we think it is. Unfortunately, I decided to choose Nari, and Nari is a succubus, and succubus, as you can see, have both fear and deception. I know it's cut off, but I think it says deception. Hopefully it says deception. But anyways, so now I'm lost on who it is. So I guess I'm going to say forget it. I'm just going to choose Nari. I said I'm going to choose Nari. Do I wish to visit Nari? Absolutely. Okay, I should go see Nari. A young man was confused and depressed. He no longer handed out flowers. The thought of the village getting messier deeply saddened him. It is not his fault that they are throwing his flowers around like that. That is ridiculous. That's like you buying something from the store. You throw the plastic on the floor and then the store gets in trouble. That's not fair. However, that's when a realization washed over him. Look at him. Look at that. He's trying his hardest. Yes, that's it. I'll just have to make the flowers bloom that never withers. Oh. Applying all his knowledge, he started growing new flowers. However, despite his best efforts, he couldn't grow one that would last forever. His passion and determination drove him, and he would stay awake for days on end without eating or sleeping. Oh, soon collapsed from having become too weak. He woke up in his bed. Seated next to him, he saw a girl looking at him with worried eyes. You awake? The girl asked him. Did you take care of me while I was out? Thank you. He said and slowly stood up, But I have to apologize. I have nothing to give you in return right now. I'm sorry. He said with a heavy heart. Oh, and he's trying so hard. And that, hopefully, I'm fixing my chair, you guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully, she wants his flowers. Then, can I take the flowers from outside? She asked. Flowers? No, not those. It's all one a big failure. They'll wither away soon and end up dead and discarded, he answered. Before heading to the forest, I take a look inside my backpack. I see the book that I had put in there previously. At a point in my life where I had lost everything, it was given to me as a gift. Sometimes a single sentence can completely change a person. Not necessarily because it's so well written or artsy, but because it can make you feel like you really finally have been given the answer you were looking for. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying so hard not to cough and everything. As if I stated in my last video, you guys, I did and still do have COVID. I apologize for the late stuff and stuff, but I'm always late uploading, so that's nothing new, but it seems like it's getting later and later. But anyways, I do apologize for everything, but I'm gonna try to continue this as best I can. Did I already read this? Finally been given the answer you've been looking for. Yes, I did. That's exactly what this book did for me. It could be the literally masterpiece a literary masterpiece of the century for all I know, but that's not why it saved me. Someone plagued by the same concerns as me gave me all the answers I needed. In some cases, that's all it takes. For a person blinded by their seemingly inescapable situation, absolutely. It's a song for me. I'll hear a song and it'll just You know what? You're right. Like, I don't know if you guys been on TikTok, but there has bbeen a lady who sings a song. It's like, puff out your chest, take a deep breath, you're gonna be okay. There's a lot on your mind, just take your time, you're gonna be okay. I was on TikTok and I heard that song and something in me just snapped. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And I was still down and out and in the bed and sad. And long and behold, I'm feeling a little better and I'm up here recording. Everything was okay. So, just sometimes you gotta, like she said, puff out your chest, take a deep breath, and you're gonna be okay. For a person blinded by a seemingly inescapable situation, even the most trivial answer can mark a turning point. If Nari has a similar problem as me back then, and it is looking for an answer, then maybe this book. All right then. With my head held high, I walked into the forest. Hopefully she's here, because last time we found her in her room, and hopefully we didn't upset her enough that she's like, oh, I'm not coming back out or anything like that. Now where's Nari? I nervously tapped my leg and then head to where I usually found Nari sitting. There's no guarantee that she'll be there. I have a feeling she will be, for whatever reason. I walk the usual route, moving past the recognizable can't read today trees. I soon end up at a familiar looking rock, And on that rock, it's you. Have you been waiting for me? Don't get it wrong. I've been coming to this place regularly before I met you. Also, you're just wasting your time. This is the last time, promise. If you refuse again, I won't bring it up anymore. Okay, I refuse. No, please. You've got to hear me out. Whatever you say won't change a thing. Maybe she's right. Oh no, I really feel like I chose the wrong person. Nari appears to have made up her mind. And I admittedly don't have a particularly good argument. But still, I can't just back down and do nothing. First of all, I don't think I've really told you all that much about myself so far. I would like to do that. Are you okay with that? Yes. I would like that, actually. I was very curious anyways. Nari. Please don't be a monster. Please don't be a monster. By the way, somebody comment that I need to read through these too. I have read through all of them. I think I have one I haven't. This one. And that's on the fox. And that's because I don't care about the fox. I was like, oh, I don't care about the fox at all. And I haven't gotten any hidden records or anything. But I've read through all of this. Otherwise, it would have a new on it, as you can see. I think that's why I went to, monsters, so you guys can see. If I haven't touched it, it'll say new. But I haven't touched that because I was like, I don't care about the fox. I have read through all of that. I'm still confused. Maybe I'm just like missing it because I'm thinking too hard. But I am baffled. I have no idea who's the human. And I'm putting all my eggs in the Nari basket, like I said. Yes, I would like that, actually. I was very curious anyway. What kind of person were you out there? What kind of person was I out there? Well, there was a case. A man was horribly murdered. I almost coughed. I stumbled upon the body and managed to cover the case earlier than anyone else. After collecting evidence and conducting interviews for a few days, I thought I had a pretty good idea of what happened, you know? I got to the bottom of it, found out the truth and the culprit's identity. I convinced the press team to report on it on the show. Based on the evidence I found, I didn't outright say who the culprit was, but did I'm good. But did it in a way that anyone with a half of a brain could infer his identity. So he didn't give them all the information. He just kind of like, I'm gonna throw this here just so if somebody knows, they knows, but it's still pointing out that this is the person. That's amazing. You're like a real detective. There's nothing amazing about it because I was way off the mark. The dead man, it wasn't murdered. It was suicide. Oh God, I said the word. YouTube, I'm not doing anything wrong to myself. I love myself. No one's doing anything wrong to themselves. They love themselves, okay? Right? Y'all tell YouTube y'all love yourselves. It was Shushu? The hoes. But it's these. The whole supposed truth behind the death, the culprit. All of it came from my imagination, a fictional story that I had somehow spun together in my mind. Oh. It was an embarrassment for our whole team. The senior colleague who believed in me and pushed me had stepped forward and made an apology as a representative. Yeah, and this is what got to him. As for me, well, all trust my team members ever had in me vanished into thin air. Oh, and I know going back through this over and over again is just bothering him. These are painful memories. The entire incident pushed me to my limit, and it seriously made me consider quitting my job as a PD forever. To make up for it, to redeem myself at last, particularly, I started looking into a new case. And when I came across the mass disappearance case with a similar pattern nationwide, I was so thrilled that I was trembling with excitement. That is it. This is something special. Something out of the ordinary, I told myself. I did something digging around and found out that the case has a connection, to this area. And that's why you came all the way out here? But why are you all alone? That's because, well, no one would listen to me. My coworkers laughed at me and said that I was coming up with crazy stories again. My angry senior told me to stay quiet and keep a low profile. That's why I thought if I could, I said could, and I was finna cough. That's why I thought if I'm going to investigate this, I'll do it on my own. I was more than just a little desperate. Excuse me, I'm trying so hard not to cough. Nobody trusted me. I just hopped in my car and hit the gas without thinking straight. That's how I ended up here. I see. So that was the pain behind your eyes I sensed. Nari speaks in a comforting voice. I can tell how sincere she's being. I thought that maybe, just maybe, this situation might be one similar to mine. So your situation. Similar how? When I first met you, I was really surprised. I asked myself, how is it possible for you to stay so calm and be so at peace? But I was mistaken. You're suffering. Your condition makes you feel like you're a burden to society. You feel completely helpless. You weren't a bother at all when I told you about the serial killers. You weren't, and told me you'd stay here even though I said your life would be in danger if you did. It's because of the helplessness you're feeling, that everything has lost its meaning. Yes. But what of it? Nari's expression doesn't change at all. She's acting cold and emotionless. It's like she's trying to push me away. After a short moment of gathering my thoughts, I continue to talk. I felt like that too. That's why I ran to overcome that feeling. Drowning myself in research, hurrying from one clue to the next. If you give up all hope just because you failed once, aren't you betraying yourself? Betrayal. Betrayal? But what about those who just keep failing over and over again? Look how sad she looks. I can't. Huh? If all a person wants to do is to help someone, but struggle to get the smallest thing done and ultimately fail even at a little dream, what should a person like that do, in your opinion? You said you were running, right? Running all over the place to make up for your failures? Yeah, that's the obvious way. But that's not an option. It's a privilege. Why do you assume everyone can do that? What about those who just can't run away? She's talking about her narcolepsy. I don't understand. Like, don't they have designated people who stay with you when you have narcolepsy? So if you do pass out, you know, you could pay somebody to do that. If you have enough money to just, well, actually, no, it doesn't mean she have money or anything. I mean, she's a nurse, yes, but please don't start coughing. The coughs are so bad, you guys. I'm telling y'all. They get really, really bad. And then it's like I almost feel like I'm going to sneeze at the same time. Please take care of you guys yourself. Like, it's just... But yeah, she feels like she's a burden because of her narcolepsy. But I don't think it's as bad as she think it is. Especially because she sits up and talks to us for so long. I don't think it's that bad. Where was I at? What about those that keep falling down because of their legs simply won't carry them any further? Nari's voice is trembling. So is mine. This is perfect. Nari's genuinely real feelings, those that have remained hidden all this time, are now being revealed. Her sadness and despair goes much deeper than I could ever imagine. All I can say is overcome together, overcome alone. Together we can get through it. Together we can get through it. Absolutely. Go through something like that. Might be impossible alone. Yeah, absolutely. Like, we could... Nari, look, listen. Oh, no. 1 second, you guys. I'm so sorry. I apologize, you guys, for the wait. I have something important happening right now, but this is also important, but this is more important. As you guys know, I am sick with CVID. But also I live with someone, so they tested positive as well. So like I said, it is bad. I am so sorry, you guys. I am back. Like I said, it's what this is important, but that was more important. I had to take that call. My phone was binging and stuff, so forgive me. Excuse me. To go through something like that might be impossible alone. I felt the same way at first. I didn't give me I didn't give sorry, give blah 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 blah. I didn't give being on my own much thought. It was only when I met you that I realized how alone I felt. I don't need to try to do anything on my own. You're wrong. I'm sorry? I wasn't alone. There were people there for me, friends, people who felt sorry for me. And Hyung So, sorry, I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Hyung So, who stayed with me until the end. But they're all gone now. There's that name again, Hyung So. At this point, I think I have a rough idea who Hyung So is. If he's the person most precious to Nari, who stayed with her until the end. Although you say you felt the same, that doesn't mean we have to stick together. I don't need friends anymore. I just... Excuse me, you guys. Had to burp. I just don't want to be a burden to anyone ever again. I don't want anyone to get hurt because of me anymore. And you say I can't even get... blah, blah. And you say I can't even get that? I can't answer. I want to argue and tell her she's wrong, but it won't have any effect. No matter what I say, it won't work on Nari. The sadness she's feeling is simply too great. She's been through too much. I'm going crazy over here. I just want to say the right things. But what the hell can I possibly do? I look at my backpack I'm wearing. The book. It's in there. I grabbed the book from my backpack. It's just one simple book. But for me, it was the one that changed my life. I honestly don't know if that'll be any help to her, But if she's suffering the same way I did back then, here, take this book, please. It's a gift. A book? When I was going through tough times and I was about to call it all quits, this book gave me the strength to carry on. That was after that stupid report I did. Please, just give it a read once. I know you like reading. Just one quick read is enough. That's all. I hold out the book. Oh my God, she looks so scared. Look at her shaking. But Nari doesn't take it. Instead, she just stares at the book I'm holding with a blank face. What's the matter here? I don't know what to say in response to Nari's strange reaction. All I can do is look at her. A few moments later, she accepts the book and takes it from me with a trembling hand. Nari? Nari looks me deep in my eyes as she takes the book. It's a mixture of astonishment and surprise. Oh, it's impossible to tell what she's feeling right now. No. Nari, what's the matter? No way. There's no way. Things like this don't happen in reality. Nari drops the book on the ground. That book, it's a failure. There's no mention of it anywhere. It doesn't even show up on the internet searches. Even I have forgotten about it. I worked really hard on it. This is Nari's book! Oh my God, I worked really hard on it. It's a complete failure. And now, out of nowhere, you're lying, right? You're just trying to persuade me. It's Nari's book. This whole I knew she loved books way too much. She had to have been the one. She had to have been the one to write a book. And I was like, oh yeah, she just like she knows books that no not even June knows. And we've been reading her book. Her book got us out of a tough time. This is fate. This is fate. This is fate because before we even chose who we wanted to talk to, the book was mentioned. This is fate. Excuse me. Sorry, you guys. I got excited. Nari, she worked really hard on it. A failure forgotten by everyone. The more I think about her words, the more I'm left speechless. No way. Don't tell me she's the one who wrote this book. Well, still confused. The story's final part suddenly comes to mind. So, can I take some of your flowers outside? The girl asks. Those flowers? It's no use. They're a failure. Soon they'll all wither away and end up dead and discarded, he answered. What? Really? But she hesitantly replied, my mother really likes them. She really likes them? The boy asked with a puzzled expression. Yes, she really does. She can't leave the house because she's too sick, She really likes it when I bring her flowers. The flowers remind her of when she could still walk outside. He looked at the girl blankly. Anyways then, I'll go. My mother's waiting for me. Oh, and I hope you feel better soon too. The flowers will grow really pretty. She opens the door and walks outside. He sat there for a long time, motionless. His eyes wandered to all the flowers scattered around the room. It's a lie, isn't it? Nari looks up at me. Oh my God, Nari! Oh goodness. Or are you actually serious? That book, reading it really gave you strength? I don't know how to properly answer. I can't think of the right words. This unexpected turn of events has left me speechless. Instead, I just nod slowly. I don't know how this is possible. I thought I had nothing left to leave behind. But that wasn't the case, was it? I have my book. He slowly stood up and walked to the garden. After a long time simply standing there, a bright smile covered his face. He had forgotten about the flowers lost sight of the inherent beauty. Now that he really could finally see clearly again, he knew exactly what he had to do. Unable to keep the overwhelming rising emotions at bay, Nari burst into tears, and we gently embraced. Oh my goodness, this was so cute. Please let Nari be the human. Because if she's not, I'd be so sad. We both sit there. It's a little awkward. As both of us had just gotten extremely emotional, it feels like a weight has been lifted. Hyung-soo. He was my younger brother. Breaking the silence, Nari starts speaking. So, Hyung-soo is the name of Nari's brother. He sacrificed his entire social life, all just to take care of me, always. Aww. Whenever I suddenly fall asleep, he'd be there to wake me up and help me. Whenever I had to go somewhere, he stayed by my side, canceling all his appointments just to be with me. when he saved up all his money just so he could buy a car to drive me around. I hugged him and broke down in tears. I was so very grateful. I see. Excuse me. He sounds like a fantastic younger brother. I'm really careful about my choice of words. So far, this is simply a heartwarming story about an older sister with a supportive younger brother, but now, how can a man live like that constantly? Young became frustrated over time and got angry much more frequently. We shared the same blood, so he felt like he couldn't give up on me. Giving up one's own life for the sake of supporting another is never an easy choice to make. Especially if you're if a young man who's got his own hopes and dreams and his whole life ahead of him. But I'm still his sister, am I not? I felt obligated to try my best to understand him better, to know how he feels. But over time, the harder I tried, it only made things worse. Poor. So she tried so hard to not be such a burden on him, and it just didn't help. Then I got lucky and won a travel ticket. I thought of it as a chance to make up to my brother, excuse me. He seemed a little bothered, but he still prepared for the trip without saying anything. And then we got there. So, this fog popped up right in the middle of your trip? My brother told me how bad it looked when he saw it. It made him a little angry. He wasn't a big fan of traveling in the first place. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm messing up. I'm trying not to cough, and I'm worried about coughing. And now he had one more thing to complain about. It started as a small argument, but he started talking about everything he's been sad about. Everything that had been bothering him. Me as well. That's when I realized it. How much of a burden I have become to xoxo. I knew it in my heart. I couldn't make him endure any more of this. Nari looks deeply troubled. I got out of the car and I started running, wandering through the fog. Then, deep within the fog and distorted, I stumbled upon this place. I have found it, a place where I could slowly be forgotten without bothering anyone ever again. That's what I thought. No, Nari, you're not bothering anybody. But still, this is where I met you, Junsung. It was nice to be reminded of the days of when me and my brother got along so well. And also, knowing there was someone who felt comfort by spending time with me felt really nice. But all I wanted was to escape reality and be forgotten. I can't help you escape reality. I also can't replace your brother. I know. However, there's one thing I want to tell you. Excuse me. At my lowest point in life, you were the one who gave me strength. Twice, actually. So I can only imagine how much you must have helped your brother. Having lived with him all this time, do you really think you were as big as a burden as you think? Despite all those happy memories you have with the two of you together? I don't know. But I do know that xoxo's stress and fatigue from carrying me as well. Do you really think that by going back, I could get along with Hyung So again. Excuse me, I'm gonna keep messing up his name. Maybe he's already gone and would much rather finally live on his own. Nari looked confused. From the stories we covered, I'm aware that taxing it can be. Don't sneeze. I'm good. Can be to take care of the sick family members. Yeah. Taking care of sick family members. At any age, especially because he's your younger brother. And when you're a younger person growing up taking care of your older sibling or an older person in general, it's a lot harder on you because you don't understand as much and stuff. So him growing up having to take care of his sister all this time, it's probably kind of put a wear and tear on him a little bit. Nari has experienced this firsthand. I can completely understand why she'd be so worried about this. I see the sadness behind her eyes whenever she talks about it. She's a strong-willed and kind person, but nobody can be strong all the time. Your brother. Are you sure you could live life knowing that you'll never see him again? That is true. If you don't get out of here, or worse, get hurt because you stayed here, you'll never be able to see him again. Are you really sure that you're at peace with all that? With that thought, But your last memory of him is a fight. Sorry, I was trying not to sneeze. Is a fight really what you want it to be? No, I don't want that. I don't want that to have been the last conversation with him. Okay, get up off that butt and let's go. I want to see him again. I miss him. Then let's leave together. Whatever you choose to do, you'll be free to decide. Whatever I choose to do? Yes, no matter your decision, I'll be there to help you. But not in this hellhole. Oh, he's saying that he'll take over Hyung So. I hope I'm saying his name right. Take over her little brother's duties. Oh, he's gonna stand by your side, girl. Let's get out of here together. Yes, let's do that. All right, we got her to go. This is it, y'all. Thank you. Nari and I kept sitting next to each other in silence a while longer. After a while, Nari starts speaking again. So, when are we planning on leaving? I'll keep you updated. Hope Hill Village is a dangerous place, so please stay inside the motel. You should pack your things in advance, so that when I tell you, you'll be ready to go right away, okay? Got it. I trust you, Jun-sung. She hasn't spoken my name so casually in a while, causing me to instinctively blush and quickly turn my head away. Great. Well, we should turn to the motel right now. Let's go. Yes. Oh God, you guys, I'm telling y'all, I really hope it's Nari. This is gonna be it. Walking side by side, Nari and I head back to the hotel. Being close to her makes me feel a gentle warmth despite the cold winter air surrounding us. The warmth is my source of strength, my reason for wanting to survive this whole ordeal. It's all thanks to Nari. I want to help her find happiness again. There's only one thing left for me to do now. To find out if Nari is a real human being. Whoo! Oh my God. This got to be coming to the end. There's still some time left. Who should I visit? we have already visit Nari. I don't think I can do it again. Let's see. Yeah, can't visit that person twice. However, something is telling me that Mina is a monster, and that's why it is too late to visit any one of them. But I will go and visit Sumi. I will go visit Sumi just because I actually like Sumi. I have fun with Sumi. And I said I was going to visit Sumi last time, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to visit Sumi. But now I'm going to visit Sumi. Just because I know Mina now is a monster. Or I feel like Nina is a monster. So I'm going to, Jesus. I also feel like, well, I don't really feel like Ren's a monster. But Ren could possibly be a monster just because of Deception, the doll, and the river thing. That's why I think that she might be a monster. Jesus. Yeah, I'll just visit Sumi. I don't really care who I visit at this point. But thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys are having fun with this. And I will see all of you in the next video. Peace and love.